Are you spending hours a day searching Google for a cure for tinnitus? Maybe you went to YouTube or AI to do the same thing. Is there a cure for tinnitus yet? Tinnitus cure 2025. I've been there. I have tinnitus myself. I've had it for 5 years, and I run this channel now called Thrive with Tinnitus, where I try to teach other people how I went from when I first got tinnitus, struggling every single day, not sure how I was gonna keep going with this condition, to where now, yeah, I still have it. My ears still ring. It's still there. But most days I go through the whole day and I don't even notice it. So today in this video, I want to talk about if you're in that phase right now where you're searching for your cures, you're hyper fixated on looking for a cure, it actually may be doing more harm than good. Hey, by the way, click the link below. I've got something for you. It's kind of some of the main things I've learned along the way that's helped me go from struggling every single day to what I would say thriving with tinnitus. Click the link below, I'll share it with you. So if you're in that phase, here's the thing. When we're always looking for a fix, we're training our brains to think that there's something wrong. We're hyper fixating on the sound, on the ringing, the buzzing, the clicking, and instead of just ignoring it and letting it fade into the background, we're making our brain think there's something wrong because I'm spending all this time every single day trying to find a fix. And so what can we do instead? Actually, I have a couple of things, two specifically today, that I'm going to share that I think will help you get out of that cycle of always looking for your cure and always focusing and stressing and feeling distressed about the ringing or clicking or however your tinnitus presents in your ears. Mine is ringing, lovely little ring, and I have learned to live with it and enjoy life despite it. So, okay, number one, again, we have to make sure at some point we have to cut ourselves off from all the research, all the little fixes we're trying to find, the magic pill. We have to cut ourselves off from that. And instead, this first strategy that you can use is you actually set in silence or near silence with the tinnitus. And what we do is we meditate, we do breathing exercises, various things like that. And so what we're doing is we're training our mind that in the midst of the tinnitus, in the midst of the ringing, clicking, humming, we can feel peace in our bodies. Just because there's ringing there doesn't mean we have to be in this hyper stressed mindset. In fact, we can calm our bodies despite having the ringing there. And so a few things you can do the breathing square, where you do 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, or across, 5 seconds down, and 5 seconds back over here. That's a breathing exercise. There's lots of guided meditation apps where you can go through meditations, and yes, a lot of those would have sound, and I think that's okay. If the tinnitus is, still there where we can hear it, but we're going through the meditation where we're teaching our body to experience calm and peace in the midst of the tinnitus. We're retraining our brains that even though the ringing is there, we can have peace in our bodies and in our minds, and we can go on living life. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, and this one is actually my favorite, it's probably, I want to say it's one of the things that helped me the most. And that is where the first one is we want to bring on, focus, not focus on the tinnitus, but we want to experience it in the presence of creating calm in our bodies. Number two is we're actually gonna, some people would call it masking. That's one technique, sound enrichment. I like to focus on the sound enrichment piece of it, and I put a little twist on it. So a lot of people, when they think of sound enrichment, they think of, I'm gonna play the Tweety birds in the background, or maybe it's white noise, the ocean. What I tell people when I talk about sound enrichment is find something that actually captures your attention, not just a random noise, because if you're just playing a random noise in the background, chances are your tinnitus is gonna compete with that noise. At least that's what happens to me a lot of times. I've tried white noise quite a bit. My wife used to like to sleep with it at night, and I would feel like my tinnitus was trying to get louder to compete with the white noise. If white noise is what works for you, great, keep using it. But what I recommend for people to do is to, find what works for them. Maybe that's a podcast. Maybe you have a favorite podcast you like to listen to. I'm a huge podcast listener, history podcasts, business podcasts. I'm a person of faith, so podcasts about theology, basically any kind of podcast I a lot of times will have going in the background. So you can do podcasts, you can do books. If you're a literary person, you like, whatever kind of books. It can be nonfiction, fiction, doesn't matter. The idea is that we're giving our brain something to pay attention to, not just background noise, but something it can actually grab onto and pay attention to other than the tinnitus. So again, podcasts, books, music, and maybe yours is a Tweety Bird in the background. And if that's the case, that's okay. Play the Tweety Bird. If that's what, if that's what's working for you, go for it. You don't have to do exactly what I do. You need to find what works for you though, and what will actually capture your attention. And so one other thing about that is you don't want to play it so loud that you can't hear the tinnitus at all. We just want to play it loud enough, that, we can hear it clearly, but we probably still hear the tinnitus in the background, and that's okay. Because again, what we're teaching our brains is the tinnitus can be there, but we're gonna let it slip into the background while we focus on the life that's happening in front of us. And a good way to start training our brains with that is to do podcasts, books, music, things that we enjoy and can focus on, and just to let the tinnitus slip into the background. All right, that's it for today. I really, really, really hope this helps you. If it does, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow along. It's been a little bit since I've made a video, but I'm gonna keep making these again. I'm gonna jump back in here and try to help as many people as I can, because there's too many people out here with this condition who are stuck in that negative cycle, focusing on the tinnitus, focusing on finding a cure and trying to make it better, and being in distress every single day. And friend, you don't have to live like that. You can thrive with tinnitus. Follow along here and I'll teach you how. Thanks.